Hey everyone, Scott Hansen here from NFL Red Zone, and you're watching the Super Fantasy Bros podcast. 1 hour of commercial-free podcasting starts now. Enjoy the show.
All right, welcome back. Super Fantasy Bros podcast, brought to you in conjunction with the Olde City Sports Network. We are rolling into our second episode of the young football season, in which today we're going to focus on the NFL draft, which just occurred about a month ago now. Obviously, a ton of promising rookies that we're going to break down, see which ones could have some potential value for this year's redraft leagues, and which ones are better left as dynasty stashes that you don't really need to worry about for this season. So let's just get started, boys. Let's get started with the rookie quarterbacks. Obviously, you have to start with thinking about last year. Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, Desmond Ridder, kind of a pretty mid-year for rookie quarterbacks.
Mid, below mid.
Yeah, it was not fun if you're looking for rookie quarterback value last year. But this year, it seems like there's a ton of guys that are actually going to get shots to start, starting with the number 1 overall pick, Bryce Young. What does his ceiling look like for this upcoming season with the Carolina Panthers?
He could
15?
be
Top 15?
I think he'll be like Justin Fields because his weapons aren't great. I think Adam Thielen will have a good season being like his only good receiver, but he's gonna have to do a lot, and it's gonna be with his legs, I would think. So top 15, yeah, maybe 15. Yeah, 15.
That's like max.
Fair.
Yeah.
I think he got nobody, dude. His team.
I think he could
QB2.
sneak into 12 if it's like a lot of garbage time.
That's
like
that's
the
like
highest.
garbage time.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen rookies do that with like garbage time, like Kyler Murray on the Cardinals when they were that bad as a rookie. I think he finished like 10th that season, snuck in late in the season where he was getting some garbage time, rushing yards and whatnot. Bryce Young really didn't run much in college, but obviously has 4.5 speed. So I think he can definitely develop that part of his game. But yeah, I don't know. If the Panthers really harp, let's say they're like, we're going to make him run like 30% of the time. Do you think that could bump his value into that potential top 12 or still comfortable at 15?
I'd say, yeah, if he's rushing like that, he could definitely be top 12. Seen it in the past.
Not gonna happen. Not happening.
I don't think he's going to be running all crazy.
Yeah. And Q already touched it a little bit, but I wanted to touch on the weapons around him. Obviously, aging Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, who's been banged up the last couple of years. They did add second-round rookie Jonathan Mingo. We'll touch on him a bit later. But they still have some guys like Laviska Shenault, Terrace Marshall. Not a very awe-inspiring group, so I think that's what leads me to more of the top 15 rather than top 12.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. Not a good place to land right now. I think there's promise for the future, but as it stands, it doesn't seem like they're going to be that competitive this year. But you never know. That division is pretty bad. So
I think the threshold
could happen.
The threshold for like these questionable rookies or just any questionable quarterback is, will they be better than Derek Carr or Jimmy Garoppolo? Because they like start the tier of like mid. So like, will they be better than Jimmy Garoppolo or Derek Carr? Bryce Young,
No.
maybe.
I'm taking Bryce Young's potential over those two, probably. If
I-
I'm drafting,
maybe I would take
if
over
I already
Derek
have
Carr.
if I already have one quarterback, I'd rather take Bryce Young than Derek Carr.
Yes, Derek Carr, yes. Not
Because I'm starting
Jimmy
one
Garoppolo.
quarterback every week, aside from bye weeks. So
I'm taking Jimmy Garoppolo over Bryce Young.
No, ew, no. I'm taking him
That's
last
gross.
out of those 3.
Just because he has Adams.
yeah, no, I don't think I could do that. All right, I think that's it on Bryce Young. I do think he could have some more value in the future, but as it currently stands, we're all in agreement. Seems like top 15 this season seems to be the ceiling as it currently stands. He could make some moves. You never know. So keep you posted on that one. CJ Stroud, second overall pick to the Houston Texans. Could he find some value being on such a bad team such as Blake Bortles in 2015, as we saw with all the garbage time?
No.
Or D-Watt. He could be the next D-Watt.
He
But
could.
we can't. Well, all right.
I mean,
He doesn't have it.
technically
He doesn't have a D-Hop there.
Yeah.
So
John
he doesn't have a Will Fuller there. That's what it is.
It's going to be tough.
he could. Will Fuller.
No Lamar Miller either.
Why'd you say it like that?
Yeah, I don't like the way you said it.
Yeah, you put that emphasis on the wrong
Lamar
word.
Miller.
Yeah, Lamar Miller.
Zesty.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think I'm even more nervous about the skill positions here. They did add Dalton Schultz. I think that's a big win, but the rest of it is pretty scary. Robert Woods added Noah Brown. They still have John Mechie and Nico Collins, third-round rookie Tank Dell. I don't know if this is any better than the Panthers situation. So that's the only thing that scares me about CJ Stroud.
The only thing is Panthers have like a guy
Yeah.
Adam Thielen.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Adam Thielen was the biggest name. I think Schultz could put up more value like that, but I think Thielen is a little bit more favorable there in that situation. What do you think CJ Stroud's ceiling is? I'm leaning more towards like 18 to 20 range for Stroud.
Is this the one with the low IQ, or is this Bryce?
Yeah, the one with the lower IQ.
18 to 20, definitely.
Yeah, not as high on CJ Stroud for this year. Again, someone maybe for the future, but keep him on your radar. Just a late round QB2 pick at best for us as it currently stands. Obviously, very early in the process. We'll see how it goes through preseason and whatnot. We'll obviously touch on these guys again. But let's continue here with Anthony Richardson, 4th overall pick to the Indianapolis Colts. By far the most athletic of the QB prospects. He was projected as high as number 1 at some points this offseason. Where does this put Richardson's ceiling for you this year with the Colts?
Top 12.
I was gonna say I think this might be the juiciest
Yeah,
of the rookie quarterbacks.
Definitely got the best weapons. Might have the most talent. Obviously, like Sean said, he was considered the number 1 pick for a little bit of the offseason, but I definitely like his potential and his situation a lot more right now than the previous 2 we just talked about.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think his rushing ability just puts him over the rest for me at this point. I do think Bryce Young has the potential there to put up that same style of rushing ability, but Anthony Richardson has shown more in the past in college. I think he has more of that upside. So I would lean towards him in terms of that. And he also may have the best group of weapons. Michael Pittman, they added Josh Downs as well. Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Does this push him closer to that top 12 upside over Bryce Young this year?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I would.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm in the same boat. I think we're all in agreement. Anthony Richardson seems to be he's going to be the highest ranked among us as we get closer to the season. Things may change, but as it currently stands, Anthony Richardson might be him. Will Levis, 2nd overall pick in the 2nd round to the Titans. Expected to be a top 10 pick. Didn't even show up for day 2 of the draft. He was so upset that he didn't get picked.
I'd be sick too.
He was salty as hell.
Yeah, slated in the 2nd round, now finds himself behind Ryan Tannehill and also with Malik Willis still in the mix, last year's rookie 3rd round pick. Do you think he could start at some point this year? And do you think he could have any value this year?
He could definitely start. I mean, anyone competing against Ryan Tannehill has a chance to start.
And Malik Willis.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Last year, Malik Willis, they were like debating him versus Pickett. And now Malik Willis is about to be dropped off, I guess.
Yeah, I was about to mention as well. He does put mayo in his coffee. He's a freak.
Ew, no way, dude.
I forgot about that.
I don't know if it was a meme, but dude literally put mayo in his coffee.
And doesn't he
Who?
eat bananas with the peel on there?
Oh, stop. No way. That
Will
was it too.
Levis.
I swear to God.
He's built.
Not putting up a great case for himself early on. No. Will Levis, I think he's definitely more of a stash. I think he could start at some point this year, but the Titans group of weapons does not inspire much confidence for me. So, yeah. I'd pass on him. Are there any other quarterbacks you think could have some fantasy value this season? Hendon Hooker goes to the Lions to back up Goff. Jake Haener to the Saints. Stetson Bennett, Rams. Aiden O'Connell, the Raiders. Any of these guys have any interest to you or more just guys that you're stashing in Dynasty?
Dynasty stash.
Yeah, I would agree. One guy that might get some value is Clayton Tune on the Cardinals. Obviously, Kyler Murray may be out for 6 weeks to start the season, if not halfway through the season. And his only competition is really Colt McCoy. So if the Cardinals want to just see what the rookie has, they may roll him out there, and he could end up putting up
Kyler's
some decent numbers.
going to lose his job.
Yeah, to someone named Clayton.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't think Kyler's losing his
Kyler
job
and
anytime
Clayton.
soon with the bag they gave him. But I do think Clayton Tune could be a decent fill-in at some points if he ends up winning that starting job while Kyler is injured. All right, let's move on to some running backs. Let's talk about the man of the hour, Bijan Robinson went 8th overall to the Falcons. Obviously was a freak in college. Seems poised to be the next great rookie fantasy running back. But do you have any concerns with Tyler Algier still there and Cordell Patterson as well in the mix?
Not really. Cordero is turning, I believe, like 40 this year. And Tyler Algier wasn't super impressive last year when he had the chance when Cordero was out and he was sharing work with Huntley. So I think Bijan is going to end up being the workhorse more so.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would agree with that as well. I do think Bijan should carve out that role. The only thing I'm nervous about is Algier. Obviously, he had 1,000 yards last year as a rookie. He still has some skills of his own that he's still developing. Coming into his second year, he could be pretty solid, but I think Bijan's a freak. I think he's one of those one-of-a-kind running backs. I think he's going to carve out most of this role, but he may have some a cap on his value depending on how many snaps they want to give Algier and Patterson. That's the only thing that scares me. If the hype starts to get out of control, do you think he could be someone that ends up being targeted late first round in redraft drafts?
100%.
What if he turns into the next Clyde?
I know, that's what I'm scared of.
I made that mistake. That was me.
I did too. I was definitely all in on Clyde at that time. I think Clyde is obviously not in the same tier. He just happened to be the last pick of the first round, which was the first running back. I don't think the running back class was that good that year. Whereas Bijan, freak of nature, is up there with the comps of Saquon that have been thrown around. So I don't think he's quite as good, but I think he's still just a tier below where he still could be a very good running back.
I think he'll be very good. It's just I'm worried because they still have two other running backs that I know they'll use Patterson. I don't care how old he is. And Algier's, it's only his second season. They're not just going to evaporate him from the lineup. So I think he'll be good, but he'll definitely be the best rookie running back. That's not really a debate. But
yeah,
I'm scared for a Falcons running back. They don't even know how to use their best tight end. They're not now they're going to throw the ball because they had Kyle Pitts and they decided to run the ball last year. Now they have a good running back. They're probably going to throw it, and it's going to be to who the hell? Drake London. This will be his breakout year.
Drake London, let's go. Now they have a good solid young core on offense. We'll see if it gets going. We'll see if Desmond Ridder can actually get these guys the ball and get it moving. But yeah, definitely agree. Bijan has the most upside as it currently stands. Let's move on to Jahmyr Gibbs, taken only 4 picks later. Shockingly, it seemed like he was going to get picked a lot later. But he goes to the Lions, which on draft night confused a lot of people. They had DeAndre Swift. They had added David Montgomery. So they had a solid running back duo already.
Auto draft.
They did trade Swift right after the draft. So how do you foresee Jahmyr Gibbs' value shaking out here with David Montgomery?
I want to be excited for him, but I love David Montgomery too much.
I was going to say. That won't take away from my top 12 David Montgomery take or top 10, whatever I said.
No, me neither.
Spicy.
And that's I guess that's the problem here. Because I can't love both.
Yeah, you can.
You can love both. I think there's a path for both of them having fantasy value. We saw it with Swift and Jamal Williams. So,
all right.
I think they both can do it. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be used more as the passing down guy. We've seen Dave Montgomery get a lot of early down work where he has been mixed into the passing game here and there. But Jahmyr Gibbs has shown in college that he is a very capable pass catcher. He is only 5'9", so he's not like a super big back that he's going to be bruising you on first and second down, even though he is capable of being an all 3 down back. But I think the way it shakes out is he's going to be more the pass catching back early to start. So I think I can find value for both. I think Gibbs should be a solid option in redraft.
Mm-hmm.
Would you draft? I'm trying to think of some comp when you draft, like him or
Boobs.
That's literally who I was thinking. But Boobs is a starter and he has no competition. I would still take Miles Sanders there. Yeah. I don't know where Jahmyr Gibbs is currently ranked among fantasy running backs. We haven't done our rankings ourselves. Obviously super early. We should be coming out with some in the next couple of months here, but as it currently stands, still just spitballing. So yeah, Gibbs, I don't know where his comp would land, but I do think he has some potential fantasy value there to be in a 50-50 split.
maybe 60-40 in favor of Montgomery. Move on to Zach Charbonnet, 221 to Seattle. Second round running back, finds himself in the running back factory that is the Seattle Seahawks. Kenneth Walker got the keys after Rashad Penny unfortunately went down with injury last year. But how do we see Charbonnet entering himself into the mix? Is he going to be more of just a change of pace guy or actually going to be taking on about half of this backfield from Walker?
No shot.
No way.
Kenneth Walker's way too good, bro.
He's an animal.
Yeah. I would completely agree there. I think Charbonnet is going to be more of a handcuff. But the Seahawks do frustratingly like to use their second running back a lot.
DJ Dallas.
DJ Dallas.
They still have him.
Rashad Penny obviously had guys. Rashad Penny was kind of a thorn in the last few guys there. Anyone that's owned Chris Carson in the past has known when you need some fantasy points, they're throwing out the other running back randomly for no reason. So Charbonnet will definitely get his, but I do think this is Kenneth Walker's backfield to lose for sure. All right, let's move on to Kendre Miller, 3-8 to the Saints, behind Kamara, who's still dealing with some off-the-field issues. And obviously, they have Jamal Williams.
Yeah, behind Jamal Williams, you mean?
Could he potentially steal this backfield role from Alvin Kamara? Because he said he can do everything that Kamara can do.
Yeah. So can I.
No, you can't.
Stop.
Except be a criminal.
Cue known Kamara hater.
Knock on wood. What? Oh, yeah, he sucks.
Yo, like
Known.
He's going to suck this year. I'm taking.
Q's
Well,
never like
I would
Kamara.
draft Jamal Williams over Kamara.
Stop.
I'll say with a straight face on draft day.
You're a lunatic.
Yeah, you are a lunatic, Q.
I wouldn't be surprised if he finished above Kamara, though. Jamal. Not.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either,
Kendra.
especially if there's like a potential suspension looming.
Kendra.
Kendra.
That's the guy we're talking about. Kendra Miller. You're saying who?
Wake up, man. Look at the doc.
I thought it was Kendre.
I thought it was Kendre too. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
I thought you
Q's right.
said Kendra.
Either way,
Kender.
let's just go with
Bless you.
Miller. I do think he's just more of a dynasty stash personally. I think he's the clear third guy here. Not
On a
really
stinky
all
team.
in. Yeah, on a stinky team to say the least. So more of a depth guy unless you want to take a late round flyer on a rookie. A couple more third round backs to get through. Tyjae Spears, 18th overall pick in the third for the Titans. Yet another backup running back for Derrick Henry. He seems to have this backfield on a stranglehold forever. Could he be the next in line after Henry? Is he going to be someone that's carving in a role here since Henry still continues to get banged up? What do we think?
They still got
It's the
Jeremy
Derrick
McNichols.
Henry show.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about anybody handcuff.
Oh, they got
Dynasty stash.
Sean Haskins.
Yep.
Where'd McNichols go?
I would agree. Complete handcuff. Complete dynasty stash. Got
Yo,
fan lot
tell that
in
man
the
to get a
chat.
tissue.
I know.
If you are a Phillies fan and a fan of us, definitely check out the Fan Lot podcast as well. Good stuff over there.
Couldn't get on
Let's
second
move
base last
on.
night. Phillies stink.
Yeah, well, we're bouncing back. Moving on to Devin Ashane, I think is how it's pronounced. Not 100% sure. Not going to butcher this too many times, but third round pick for Miami, running back, got scooped by the Dolphins and inserted in probably the weirdest running back room in the NFL. There's a bunch of old 49ers vets. I think they still have guys like Myles Gaskin and Savon Ahmed floating around. So this backfield's just a graveyard of decent fantasy running backs. But this guy has 4.3 speed. He is only 5'9". Could he carve out a role in this offense?
Small guys taking over the NFL.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be the best come the end of the season for the Dolphins.
Wow. Hot take.
Is it hot?
Is it
though?
really hot?
It's really
Is
not
it
that
really
hot,
hot? Because
actually.
all of them are
It's not.
so mid there.
Most are it's just like 33 years old at this point. That dude's like on life support for the NFL. Dude, he was on the Eagles in like 2014? Yeah, how is he still hanging around?
Beats me.
Insane.
This is veggies.
But yeah, I think Jeff
It's
Wilson has
Reeves.
to be the favorite to be the starter there. But as it currently stands, yeah. Shane, I think he could carve out a role. I think he's someone that's should be on your radar in redraft leagues as a late round flyer. All right, last third round running back we're going to touch on, Tank Bigsby on the Jaguars. comes in after J-Rob was shipped out. Matt and T-God's boy.
Dummies.
Shame.
Dummies.
He is here to back up ETN, but it seems like they want ETN touching the ball less this season. I think he had 73% of the snaps, and they want that to come down. At 6 foot, 210 pounds, could Tank become the early down back for the Jaguars on this team? Couldn't figure out how to end that.
I mean, why not? With a name like Tank Bigsby and you're 6 foot, 210 pounds, I'll give you the ball.
I hope his real first name is Ned.
Ned.
Ned Bigsby. Big.
He's still got an extra S in there. But yeah, with a name like Tank, I'm investing stock early. I think this guy could be him. Definitely think he has the potential to take over at least like 30% of the work there, if not 40% in Jacksonville. So something to keep an eye on.
Back too.
Yeah, they really don't have many other guys. I think they have like Jermichael Hasty was their number 2 last year, who showed some flashes, but all in all, he's kind of just been a journeyman. So I think they'd like to get Tank involved if possible. Any other rookie running backs you think could carve out a role this season? Anyone you guys have your radar on?
Not necessarily.
Deuce Vaughn, maybe. For the
I,
Cowboys.
yeah.
Just because they like to throw guys around, but no.
Yeah, I think Deuce Vaughn is a good one. I think he could be the handcuff for Pollard. Another one I like is Chase Brown. I think he could also be a big piece of that Bengals offense with P. Ryan gone and Mixon constantly getting banged up here or there. So Chase Brown, someone to keep an eye on as well. All right, before we continue on to wide receivers and tight ends, let's do today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy, the easiest way to play fantasy football. You can get started now with their Best Ball Mania for season-long contest. $15 million in prizes available. All you got to do is sign up, use our code SUPERFB for a 100% deposit match up to $100. So if you deposit $100, you'll get another $100 matched free. You can only deposit 10. That's perfectly okay. You'll still get that $10 matched. Our promo code is SUPERFB, SUPERFB. You can play on the Underdog Fantasy app for iOS and Android, or sign up online at underdogfantasy.com. Please play responsibly.
I'm going ham week 1 on Underdog.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Not on best ball, though, because my best ball team ended up being trash.
So bad.
Best ball is
My
so
best ball
hard.
is so bad, too.
I'm going to do it again, though.
Hell yeah.
Got to ride again. All right, let's do some quick tight end points before we talk about some wide receivers and get to some Q trivia. Starting with the tight end man of the hour, Dalton Kincaid. Taken first round, the only first round tight end to the Bills, seemingly getting the most hype of any rookie tight end. He still obviously sits behind Dawson Knox on the depth chart, although we saw him kind of fade out of relevance in their passing game as the season went on last year. So could he be one of the rare rookie tight ends to have some value this year?
I think
believe
so.
Bills
He's
love to throw
juicy.
the ball. They have a great quarterback. So, I mean, they need help for Stephon Diggs somewhere aside from Gabe Davis.
Yeah, as long as D-Hop doesn't go there.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
nasty.
Nasty.
Diop going
would
there
look
would
like
be
Sammy
nuts.
Watkins.
What if he wore his number? Be great.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, I do definitely agree. Dalton Kincaid has some potential upside here for sure. Not worth more than like a late round flyer. I think his hype could get out of control if he has some crazy catches in the preseason, but not someone that's like, I'm fully all in, like he's going to be a top 10 tight end yet. Still have to see it, but I think he has plenty of potential to be top 12, if not even top 10 tight end this year.
Bro, it's so easy to be a top 10 tight end.
Exactly.
It's so easy.
It is.
It's so easy.
Q could probably be a top 10 tight end.
Definitely. Top 5.
Get out of here, top 5.
Top 5's not that hard either.
I'm in the best shape of my life.
It's not that
Varsity.
Varsity.
All right. A couple other tight ends to touch on. Let's start with Sam Laporta, second tight end off the board, third pick in the second round. He went to the Lions. He has the most obvious path to playing time. Obviously, they traded away Hawkinson and then played musical tight ends. So need somebody to come fill in that role. If you look at their depth chart online, he's already the number 1 tight end on their depth chart. Seems like he's going to be involved early. Could you see him sneaking into the top 12?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
They had a bunch of plays for Hawkinson. They definitely got
Yeah.
plays for this guy.
Yeah. Completely agree. I think Laporta's got some upside. Definitely someone I would be targeting late as well. One other tight end I wanted to touch on, Michael Mayer, 4th pick of the 2nd round to the Raiders. Obviously, he's trying to take over that Darren Waller role now that he's in New York, but the Raiders did add old man Austin Hooper to just kind of be in his way. Is there any potential value here or someone you're probably not targeting?
I don't think I'm going to target him. I think
he's – yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
I was going to say, I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to target him either.
He had some success with Kittle. He could be good.
It isn't no Kittle.
I know, but he likes tight ends, obviously.
He liked Kittle. Doesn't mean he likes every tight end.
He probably liked Jordan Reed.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Jordan
Anyways.
Matthews, tight end.
Yeah. As it currently stands, I think I'm not drafting him, but I think a few weeks into the season, we could see him have a breakout game where he starts to get picked up. So somebody to keep your eye on as we get closer to the season. All right, let's move on to our last group of positions here to break down wide receivers, starting at the top, as always, with Jackson Smith and Jigba. 20th overall pick in the 1st round to the Seahawks. Not really the most friendly place to go with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett already there, but do you think he could carve out a big role here with Seattle? Obviously a super talented player.
I don't think it's going to be like a huge role.
No, Lockett's still the number 2. I saw what you put in the doc. There's no shot he's going to be the wide receiver 2.
I don't know. JSN's nice, man. JSN is nice. I think you could definitely push for some more snaps.
Be number 1.
Obviously, it's tough. I don't think he could be number 1.
DK had some stinky games. DK is kind of stinky.
DK is stinky.
All right,
no, people are afraid to
take
say
over
it.
the number 2 role over DK then.
Yes.
Right.
DK's number 1 right now, but I think.
All right, JSN, I do think he carves out a role at some point this season, in my opinion. His talent's too good. He's someone you have to target late in drafts. It feels like when the opportunity emerges, he's going to be there to take it. So I'm in on JSN this year, someone I definitely targeting, even though the path isn't as clear. Quentin Johnston taken 2 picks later to the Chargers, another tough place to land. Obviously, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams was brought back. Josh Palmer locked in as well. Do you think Quentin Johnston has any value this season or more as a dynasty stash?
More of a stash. He's kind of where Palmer was 2 years ago.
That is true, but just because the 2 top receivers get hurt all the time, he could, what's his name? DeAndre Carter. He found some value throughout the season just because Mike Williams would be out or Keenan would be out, so it's possible. And Herbert's good, so the best.
And Herbert's good, so yeah. More of a dynasty stash for me. I definitely like his upside. I like his talent, but going to be tough to really carve out a role when those 2 are ahead of you. Like you said, he might find some value midway through the season, but not worth a spot in redraft. More of a dynasty guy for sure.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers taken 1 pick later. A bunch of guys taken here at the same spot. He goes to the Ravens. He may technically be behind Bateman and OBJ, but maybe he has an easier path to playing time with the Ravens.
I
How do we feel about Zay?
Yeah. 100%.
The 2 guys in front of him are always hurt, so.
Yeah, and OBJ's 50.
Right.
OBJ's 60 on
And probably slow now.
Stop. He's going to be the best receiver on that team. Best receiver in the AFC North.
Whoa, Q, come on now. Take that back now.
Comeback player of the year.
Stop.
Actually, no, because Lamar's their quarterback. Maybe if it was Huntley.
Stop.
Just kidding. They're the same quarterback.
No, they're not. Huntley's so bad.
Huntley made a Pro
They're
Bowl.
the same.
I didn't see Lamar in the Pro Bowl this year.
Oh my. Huntley got out of the Pro Bowl after 6 quarterbacks were yeah, I'll pass.
He made it.
That's insane that he was even added to that. Zay Flowers, yeah, I'm big on him. 4-year guy at Boston College. I think he has the talent. Someone that I'm definitely going to be targeting for sure. I think he might creep up draft boards as we continue through this summer. Last first round wide receiver Jordan Addison taken 24th overall, 1 pick later as well to the Vikings. Do you think there's any value here on that Vikings roster for another wide receiver spot?
Yes.
Yeah, they got rid of Thielen.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's got to go somewhere.
I would agree as well. Do you think KJ Osborne has that number 2 locked up, or is Jordan Addison someone that might be able to push for that?
I think he could definitely push for it. Although I do
Osborne looked
love
very, very
KJ.
good.
I do
KJ's
love
not locking anything up.
Yo, don't forget about Jalen Rager.
Stop.
God, I forgot about.
He should be dropped, released.
play for the Shangzhen Sharks.
Played for the AFL with Antonio Brown. Yeah, I think Jordan Addison obviously is going to have a role here. He's going to be one of their top 3 receivers. KJ Osborne, I agree with Matt. I do think he has some talent. Now, you playing with that mic again?
Easily.
Sorry, it was my wires.
I'll kill you. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jordan Addison, I definitely think he could carve out a role here. Obviously, it's the J. Jeff show, but if he could find some value, some targets there, I like his upside. I think, again, maybe a little bit more of a dynasty stash than like Zay Flowers, but I think he'll find some value this year where he could be drafted late in drafts.
Yeah.
All right, few second-round guys to get through, and then we'll touch on the third round before we get to some trivia. Starting with Jonathan Mingo, 8th overall pick in the second round to the Panthers. Obviously going there with Bryce Young. As we already touched on their offense, not too much competition for targets. Is there a clear path where he could even become the number 1 here in Carolina quickly?
Don't be polite. There's no one competing against them, bro.
It's
it's
the
wide
ghost of Adam
open.
Thielen could be good.
Come on.
For 1 week.
I don't know how much I trust Bryce Young to make him like a weekly reliable fantasy asset.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I wish it was
definitely
Trey
not-
Wingo.
His bald head.
He's not bald. Trey Wingo?
Oh, wait, who am I thinking of?
Yeah, Matt, I think you're thinking of Trent Dilfer.
Oh, I am.
When you said he was
Yeah.
bald head, I pictured Trent Dilfer in my head too.
I tried thinking of Trey Wingo bald.
Trey Ringo. All right, out of pocket. Terrace Marshall's still there as well. He could still have some role, but I think there's a clear path for Mingo to get some value here. So definitely someone I'm going to be targeting late in drafts. I still have some faith in Bryce Young, as we touched on. I don't think he's going to be perfect, but there's some upside there on this whole offense where there's just a lot of opportunity for guys to take that step. So Mingo could definitely be one of them.
Yep.
A couple of guys we got coming up are going to some teams that desperately needed some wide receiver help. Jaden Reed goes to the Packers at 219. They just lost Alan Lazard. How quickly can this guy climb and take over this team? Or you still think it's going to be like the Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson show?
Christian Watson.
Yeah.
The one.
Yeah, he's the one. Romeo Dobbs kind of, I don't know. He had a little stint in the beginning of the season last season, but nope. I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree. Obviously, Jordan Love takes this offense down a tick as well. Big drop from Aaron Rodgers, of course. But I do think Jordan Love will be able to keep this offense afloat. I don't think he's that bad. I think he's got some good upside. Jaden Reed, maybe not immediately going to have an impact, but could have some upside maybe like halfway through the season once he gets used to the offense and then starts making some plays. Jair's in the chat agreeing that he could be a sneaky good stash. Definitely someone to keep on your radar.
Definitely.
Rashee Rice taken 24th overall to the Chiefs in the second round. Is he someone that could obviously get a boost from Patrick Mahomes here, or do you think he's going to end up falling as just another random guy that they have on their team?
Yeah.
Definitely just a random guy, but he'll have a game where he goes off just because Mahomes.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to trust any Chiefs wide receiver right now, like literally any of them.
Kadarius
If only
Toney.
they had a one. Oh my God. Don't.
That's what they're talking
Yeah.
about, like using Kadarius Toney as like their big number one. Like they want him to
can't
be involved like
survive.
crazy.
Yo, my screen just went black.
It did.
It happened to Matt. That's so
No.
weird. Well, you're still here, so.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, we're back. We're back. We're back.
All right. Why does that happen?
Dude,
So
I
weird.
don't know.
Who's next?
But yeah, Rashee Rice, definitely someone to keep on your radar. Obviously, any pass catcher on the Chiefs is someone you should have on your radar no matter what.
Yes.
If Mahomes ends up liking him in the red zone or something, he could end up having 10 to 12 touchdowns. So anything can happen in Kansas City offense. Keep an eye on him. Last second round guy, last pick in second round, Marvin Mims to the Broncos. Obviously, they've got a little bit of crowded area, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, but it seems like they kind of want to get rid of those guys too. Sean Payton, also the new coach, going to be a whole different looking offense. So any room for Marvin Mims to cut out a role?
Q, it's your team.
Big Broncos guy.
No, because Tim Patrick's coming back.
Oh yeah, he is. Too.
And
they
KJ
signed,
Hamler.
Is he? I thought they cut him.
I think he's still there. They also signed Marquez Callaway.
Yep, he's done.
But no,
He didn't even
I would
start.
take Marvin Mims over like the last three guys we mentioned. Maybe Tim Patrick if he comes back healthy. That dude was already old, so like I'm not fully confident he's going to come back okay. I hope he does, but Marvin Mims I'd rather have for the upside there.
Who was butt naked in the end zone? Is that KJ Hamler?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they have another
was-
Penn
he
State
butt
wide
naked.
receiver?
nah, he was wide open in the end zone. But yeah, we shall see. All right, there's a few third round guys wanted to touch on. Kind of wanted to just go through each one, which one you guys think have the most upside. Nathaniel Tank Dell. Look, Kev mad right now about KJ Hamler, per usual.
Butt naked.
He was butt naked. Tank Dell went to the Texans. Obviously has a clear path there. Jalen Hyatt went to the Giants. Not much there as well where he could have some value. Cedric Tillman to the Browns. Amari Cooper definitely needs someone across from him. Josh Downs to the Colts. Michael Wilson to the Cardinals, probably a little bit deeper, although they did cut D-Hop. And Trey Tucker to the Raiders. Any of these guys stand out on specific teams that you think could carve out a role pretty quickly?
Maybe Cedric Tillman, just because the Browns don't have a number 2. Unless you call it DSJ number 2, or DPJ. DSJ.
Yeah, DPJ.
Dennis Smith Jr.
He was nice for a little bit. DPJ
He
was
was.
nice.
DPJ was consistent last year.
Yeah.
But,
He was.
but they are kind of like pushing him out of town for some reason. They added a bunch of wide receivers. It seems like they didn't really believe in him. So they're probably doing whatever DY wants to do with the bag they gave him. So, which is
I hope not.
yeah. Josh Downs is probably someone I'm definitely keeping on my radar. 316 to the Colts. There really wasn't much competition at that number 2 position last year in Indianapolis. Obviously, Pittman seems to have one side locked up, but I think Josh Downs could find himself as the number 2 there for sure. Tank Dell also someone to keep on your radar with the Texans, but that seems scarily bad. So seems like Matt has moved on. That's it for our rookies.
I was getting ready.
I know he's ready for
I was
trivia.
wondering how you knew. I didn't think about the paper sound.
But yeah, fantasy rookie of the year picks. We'll have those out late August, early September when we do our
Wembanyama.
preseason award show. Wembanyama, different sport, Q, but maybe he could play in the NFL.
Scoot Henderson.
But yeah, let's do some trivia, Q. What do we got for today's episode?
We have a few questions. Well, we'll see how many we want to do, but we'll see how happy you guys are after the first one. So it's all a feeling. Yeah.
What if it's a
you guys
awful
ready?
question?
Chat, ready? I'll repeat it a couple times.
We're ready.
All right.
Ready?
Oh, wait,
What
let
do I
me get
got
off this
chat?
chat.
All right. Question number 1. What was the last NFL team to have a 1,000-yard rusher and a receiver with a 1,000 plus yard? Wait, what was the last NFL team to have 1,000 yard? Oh, okay. Sorry, the question was worded weird. What was the last NFL team to have a 1,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard receiver on the same team? They both played the college. Your hint is they both played college ball together at the same school, and it happened in 2019. Maybe the college one isn't going to give any help, but they played on the same team. It's the last NFL team to have a 1,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard receiver. 2019. They're both active in the NFL. They both played last year.
Were they relevant last year, or did they just happen to play last year?
No, one was definitely relevant, but we talked about both for sure.
Okay. All right.
They're not
That's
on the
fair.
same team anymore, though, but they were in 2019, obviously, which is the question. So,
Got to go back 4 years in my brain. Q, can we get like the conference?
AFC.
All right, that narrows half the league down for me. Doesn't help Matt though.
They were in the
Not at
AFC on the same team. They're not both in the AFC now.
I don't know shit.
Matt, we've done like 3 years of like division breakdowns and so much
Literally.
division trivia, and you still don't.
For the chat, what was the last NFL team that have a 1,000-yard rusher and receiver and
2019.
Receiving yard? Sorry, 2019 it happened, and they both played college together. For anyone who's a
AFC.
junkie, not junkie in college, not a junkie.
Nice, Q. 2019 is like so recent, but so long ago.
Right.
Like I can't think of
people who were
anybody.
nice in 2019 could be dog shit now.
Yeah.
But I have my guess.
I don't have a guess yet at all.
No,
Like,
hold
not
on.
even- Not even close to a guess, dude.
Oh, they both played in they both played in the NFC last year, but obviously they were on
Okay.
they were in the
They were
AFC.
in the
when they
AFC
played.
then. They're both
Yes.
were in the
If
NFC.
that
Alright.
part helps at all.
Trading in my answer.
Wait, what was that last part?
They're
They
both
both
in the
played in the
NFC
NFC
now,
last year.
but
Or-
they're
yeah.
still different. They're on different teams, but they played the NFC last year. They were on the AFC on the same team.
Jeez, these guys are like flying around the league.
Bro,
Oh my
I have no
God.
clue.
This is so hard.
Yeah,
I'm
like
just looking through all the
45
AFC
seconds.
teams, and I'm just trying to
45 seconds.
piece something together.
I don't even know who was good in 2019. I can't think of like any AFC teams. My brain is just dead. It fell off. Who's in the AFC?
one's
No,
a
I
running
can't see
back,
it.
one's a wide receiver. That's your
Dude,
The running back
1,000
has
yards.
had his best year that year. $30 seconds.
Wait, who is their?
They didn't go to the same college. Fuck.
15
Can't think of
seconds.
anyone, dude. The college thing's throwing me way off.
way off. I would have had a bunch of guesses by now.
Yeah.
You probably just don't know the one what college the one went to, so that might throw it off. All right, it's been time. Lock in your
Whatever.
answers.
My answer's so wrong. Wait.
My answer
I'm
is
changing it.
nothing.
One. Whatever. I'm writing this. It's an awful guess.
I want to
Poor
see
Sean.
what people guessed.
I guessed Melvin Gordon and Keenan Allen.
That was my first guess.
Who'd you
But
put?
Keenan Allen.
But Keenan Allen didn't leave. That was so dumb.
Right.
That was just what came up with the last second.
I said Kareem Hunt and a Chiefs receiver.
Who'd
I
you
couldn't
put?
name
You
the
got-
receiver.
Huh?
Who'd you put?
I didn't put anyone.
Oh, well, it was Jacksonville 2019 with Leonard Fournette and DJ Chark.
Any?
Oh my
sorry, it was
God.
close.
Sam thought he had it. Yeah. Hey, Rob. So it's DJ Chark. Oh, that's such an
Should have
any hole.
known.
I should have known. I'm a DJ Chark stan for no reason. All right, Q, give us another one. That one was
These are
hard.
kind of some heartbreaking questions, but it's good trivia.
My achy, breaky heart.
I'll just actually save those to next. So there were only
Okay.
2 single-digit numbers that no running back wore in 2022. What were they? And
That's
0
so
doesn't
hard.
count because no one can wear 0.
That's unbelievably hard. I'm going to go with these two. It's literally just a guess.
Wait,
I'm literally straight up guessing.
It's literally just a guess. Like there's no strategy. Like I can't remember half
Wait,
the
wait.
numbers.
I got it.
All
No,
right.
you don't.
I know.
And they had to have played more than like 10 snaps because there's one. Technically, I can give you.
Yo, I better get that.
You'll know when I tell
technicality.
you.
I better get that technicality.
Actually, no, because another player wore that number, so it doesn't even matter.
Get your answers in the chat for the numbers. What is the question again, Q?
What are the only? There's 2 single-digit numbers that no running back wore in 2022. What are they?
Word. All right, I got my answer.
I'm good.
Matt,
All
you good?
Yeah.
All right, Q, let's run it.
Actually, it's only one. It's kind of confusing. It's 5. The number's 5.
Hey, I wrote that.
I didn't write 5.
And if
Well,
you
I
were
wrote
to
that
say,
because
yes.
it's just a common quarterback number, and then I put 1 as well.
it could be 3 because Myles Gaskin
1 and 5.
wore
I have
3
1
and
and
he
9.
barely played.
Who wears number 1?
I don't know. Look it up.
Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah, there you go.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Matt's a genius.
That's one thing I know. Should have asked me that.
Yeah,
Not
number?
what division fucking shit is.
Forgot Matt's the number 1 Jerick McKinnon stan.
Love him.
Lil Kev had 5.
Doesn't count.
All right.
He had 9 with it.
All right. Well, Q changed last second that it was one number. I would have just put 5.
That kind
I
of
probably would have just put 1 and been an idiot.
whatever.
Yeah.
Next
2
question.
is a stupid number.
Are we ready for another question?
2 kind of is a dumb number. Nah, I like 2.
Two's a good number.
Disrespect
All right, Q.
to Derek
We got time
Jeter.
for another one. Let's run it.
Do
All
it.
right. Which one do I want to do? If we only have one more, that was too easy. So we'll go.
Are those heartbreakers?
Yeah. On the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts passed for 304 yards, a touchdown, while also rushing for had 3 touchdowns and 70 yards rushing. Using standard scoring, who was the only quarterback during the regular season who had a better fantasy game than Jalen Hurts. So Jalen Hurts, I think he scored 47 fantasy points in the Super Bowl. What quarterback? There's only one that finished better than him in the entire season. Who is it? Your hint it was early on in the season. And the team that he played, that quarterback on the other team finished second. So it was obviously a high-scoring game. But there's only one other quarterback who finished more than him in the regular season.
Okay. For those watching,
I'm lost in the question, but I think I got it.
just all you
Jalen Hurts
need
had a
is
historic Super Bowl performance, 47 fantasy points. Could
Yes.
be more.
in standard scoring, 4-point passing touchdowns.
There's only one quarterback in the entire regular season, not postseason, regular season that scored more than him.
Early season.
Who's that
game.
quarterback? And it was an early regular season game, like very early. Very
I'm
high
almost
scoring
positive I have it.
I'm
I don't
almost
remember.
positive too. Because
Dude,
this one game, this bowl went bonkers.
Dude, I can't
The quarterback
remember, like,
he played
anything
against
from last
finished
year. Do I have a bad memory?
Second.
No way.
regular
No,
season.
we're just warming up back into the season.
Dude, I don't remember anything from early last season. I couldn't name you like anything that happened.
If I give you the week, it'll give it away.
I truly don't think it will for me. Maybe for them.
I promise it would. All right, when the answers are locked in, I'll give you the week, and then your answer has to be
Unless
locked
I come
in.
up with something. What the fuck? I'm looking at all the teams and just like, I have no idea who played who.
Excuse me.
It has to be someone good. Can't be someone ass. It wasn't like Carson Wentz. Q does love Carson Wentz, though.
Yeah, when did Carson Wentz have a 48-point game?
Never.
How many touchdowns?
Ever.
It's crazy. All right, whatever. I have someone in my head. Well, I'll
All
write
right,
it down,
write
I
it
guess,
down.
but it's
Yeah,
not.
write it down, you cheater.
It's probably wrong. I'm just gonna write someone that's good.
You got it. Everything's locked in.
Yeah, Q,
I'm
give me
locked
the
in.
give me
If
the
I
week.
said if it was week 2, would that have given you a better idea?
No, I don't know the game at all. I can't
It was
picture it.
it was Tua when he played against the Ravens week 2, and
Mm.
Lamar
Right.
Jackson finished as the second best regular season quarterback scoring that week.
Matt, you had Justin Fields.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I had Josh Allen.
Damn, man. Fuck.
I can give you
Look,
one
have
more.
locked
It's,
in golf.
it's easy. Oh, not golf.
Any golf.
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 Damn.
Rolf.
Should have went Danny Dimes.
Look, I've also said Justin Fields. I thought Justin Fields for a second, but damn, tough one. All right, Q,
want
let's
one
do one
more?
more easy one.
All right. So another
I need a
Super
bounce
Bowl
back.
related question. Well, the Eagles at least. Jalen Hurts scored 3
Bias.
touchdowns on Sunday, yet the Eagles lost, unfortunately. In NFL history, who's the only player who scored even more touchdowns in a playoff game for a team that lost? And it's happened in recent history.
All right, I know who this one is. I'm pretty sure.
One individual person.
C.
Pretty sure I know this one.
Can you repeat the question?
Jalen Hurts scored 3 touchdowns on Sunday with a loss.
On Sunday.
In
I
NFL
suppose,
history,
like this
only
Sunday.
one other player has had 3 or scored more touchdowns in a playoff game and lost. And it doesn't have to be a quarterback.
Figured that.
So it's not a quarterback.
I'll just tell you it's not a quarterback.
All right, I had Tom Brady locked in.
So did I.
I'm pretty sure he had to have been close, but maybe not. I don't know.
Tom Brady must be undefeated when he scored more than 3.
Well, we cooked
he's
his
never
ass. He
scored
put up
3.
33 points.
How recent was this?
Like
Last
I'll
10
give you a
years.
3-year buffer. Within the last 3 years, it's happened.
Oh my God. So recent.
So recent. Like, it's probably on top of your brain right now.
I'm taking a guess. And I think I might. I don't know. I think it's a good guess.
I can't. Protect. My brain can't compute, dude. I lost all of my football knowledge overnight. I can't remember any of the last few Super Bowls.
Well, I guessed what Lil Kev guessed, if anyone's looking.
I'm not looking. I took it off.
All right, I locked in my guess, and let
All
me
right,
go
Sean,
see what
waiting
Lil
on
Kev
you.
said.
Give me a minute. I gotta think.
Think.
Damn, that is a good guess. Oh!
Who did they beat?
Yeah, unbelievable. You can't ask that.
Oh,
Cheating ass.
I think I might have it.
All right, well, fucking
Whoa, Q.
Frickin'.
say an answer, brother.
All right, I have an answer. No, wait, no, I don't. I don't
Is there a
remember who
timer?
scored.
Yes,
All
you
right.
have 5 seconds.
All right, whatever. I have an answer. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was Gabe Davis with 4
Oh,
touchdowns.
Oh
and
my God, I'm an
overtime loss.
idiot. Oh my God.
Wait, Q, you said Super Bowls.
No, I said playoffs.
He did say playoffs. He did say
I was thinking
playoffs.
strictly Super Bowls, dude. That's why I was so torn off.
I said Eckler.
He
Who did you
stinks.
say, T-Gods?
D-Hen.
Shut up, idiot.
Lil Kev also locked in D-Hen. I said T. Higgins because I was thinking Super Bowls. And I was like, all of them were low scoring.
Higgins has 4 touchdowns?
No, he didn't. I was guessing.
Oh.
I was thinking of recent Super Bowls
Terrible.
because you said the last 3 years. And I was like, they've all been super low scoring aside from the Eagles. Who the hell could it be? And I think the Rams was like the second highest scoring of the last 3 before that.
Wow.
Me and Lil Kev are in the exact same boat.
This is Sean's downfall of trivia.
It is. I think I went 0 for 4 today. Actually, I got the number. I got 5.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't
Fuck
count.
off, Matt. It counts. All right.
Yes.
It's a bad question. I still got the point. All right. That's a wrap for the second part of our offseason recap. We will be back next week with potentially a trivia episode from Q in the works. So stay
They
tuned
better
for
be
that.
simpler questions than that.
Yeah.
What color
Probably
is my
be
shirt?
at Thursday next week, depending on everybody's schedule. We'll figure it out. But stay tuned. We'll be posting on social media for sure when we will be live. So make sure you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever at the Super Fantasy Bros Podcast. As a reminder, partnership with Underdog. Make sure you are taking advantage of our code SuperFB. Also, we are partnered with Fanatics. That link is in our bio, as well as our Olde City Sports Network partners. That link is in our bio as well. So make sure you check that out. Ton of good stuff there. We will see you guys next week with some trivia. Peace.